Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Stupendous Wave, and in this video I'd like to talk about something revolving around Kong Skull Island and something that I could have the potential to connect the Godzilla and King Kong franchises even closer together before the release of Godzilla vs. Kong in 2020. And I think that a way that this could happen, not saying that it's likely or anything, but a way that they could connect them that would be really cool in my opinion would be to have the MUTOs show up in Kong Skull Island and have Kong face off against them. Now, it would cause a bit of problems because, of course, the male MUTOs can fly and they might just want to fly off of Skull Island and then wreak havoc. And since, to our knowledge so far, Kong Skull Island takes place in the 70s, this really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But what I was thinking maybe is instead of having a male MUTO on the island, we could just have a female MUTO on the island or two female MUTOs on the island. So since they can't fly, they'd just be stuck on Skull Island along with Kong and the rest of the possible kaiju that are going to show up in the film. So the reason that I think that this would be really cool, and we don't have to have Kong fight off against the MUTOs or anything, but I just think it would be cool because it would connect them even more. It's like an immediate connection between Godzilla 2014 and Kong Skull Island. Say our characters are walking along Skull Island and all of a sudden a giant MUTO just walks past. Like, they don't have to attack Kong and Kong doesn't have to come into conflict with them. It's just kind of a way to connect the universes, and I think that would be cool. Also, if Kong would end up fighting against them, I would absolutely love that. Number one, we would get some awesome action with Kong fighting against MUTOs, most likely females. And on the other hand, since we've seen how Godzilla has fared against them, now we would get to see how King Kong would do against them and kind of get a comparison, since they would be fighting the same enemy or the same enemy species or enemy type. We can see how effectively Kong can dispatch them after seeing how Godzilla did it in his movie. But this is unlikely. I just think it would definitely be cool. They're already insect-like, and we know that Kong Skull Island is really famous for having its giant insects. I believe that we'll see Kamacuras in Kong Skull Island to some extent, or I hope so. Also Kumonga, all of these insect-type kaijus, I hope that we get to see in Kong Skull Island just to kind of connect everything. I think that would be really cool, and they're not very well known kaiju, and I think having a MUTO in there would definitely be cool because, again, they're insect-like. It's been talked about for a long time that they looked a lot like insects, and I do agree. So to have Kong face off against them on Skull Island, which would make sense if Skull Island really in this universe is basically serving as the monster island, not saying that Godzilla is from there himself, but an island filled with monsters. And since Godzilla and Kong are in the same universe, it doesn't really make sense to have two separate islands with monsters on them, like having the Monster Island and then Skull Island. I think Skull Island in this new franchise will be the Monster Island of this universe, and that's really interesting. I cannot wait to see not only the mysteries that Kong himself holds, but the island itself and all the different kaiju and creatures that are there. And these things are going to be huge, and also the natives, but specifically the MUTOs showing up in this. Like I said, I'd love to see Kong face off against a female MUTO, see how he fares against it. It doesn't have to be a double team like it was in Godzilla 2014 with a male and a female. We can just see a female go up against Kong. I would really like to see that before the release of Godzilla vs. Kong, so we have kind of a we get to see how exactly he fights and how he fares against an opponent that Godzilla has faced off against. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I think it would definitely be cool. Like I said, the MUTOs kind of fit with the insect theme. Island already see Kamacuras and Kumonga and kaiju like that in Kong Skull Island, because I just think it's too perfect. It fits too well not to include it. So anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you guys feel about the MUTOs appearing in Kong Skull Island? I would love to see them. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.